My favorite card was Dreadsteed before the nerf. I think that Dreadsteed could get unnerfed. Who cares about like Dreadsteed plus Defile as a Twisting Nether? And you know, if you're gonna do the Knife Juggler immune Dreadsteed combo, you know, power to you. You know, I don't think there's, like, at this point, I don't think there's any reason the Dreadsteed shouldn't work. You know, I guess the reason is I could see it causing a lot of bugs. And so, you know how they've been, like, nerfing things just because they're buggy lately? So that would be, I guess, the argument. You dream of Titan Yaw getting changed back? I see. I mean, I don't know. If we're gonna unnerf everything, I'm in, you know. But like, oh my goodness. That was like, I think right now it's not just that the meta is oppressive, it's also that I'm tired of it being oppressive so often. So like, I'm just fatigued, I guess. So I'm gonna say, like, the most miserable I think I've ever been in Wild was when Yogg was the way it was, when the only decks you could play were Questline, Druid, and Miracle Rogue, because they used Yogg well. I think that's the most miserable I've ever been from raw game state in Wild. Like, even more than Demon Steed and Stormwind, which I think is saying a lot. What do you think about not nerfing anything but having a different card pool each month, like what Arena is? I think they could have, an idea that I thought might be interesting is to have like a community vote website, and like the top 30 cards that weren't banned last month would be banned this month. And then, like, so that way, if you like something, you know, you'll always get time to play with it, but if you hate something, you always get time without it. And really what I think would just fix everything is Conquest mode. If you have like Conquest queue, so Conquest is you have 4 decks, and then your opponent sees them or sees the classes you picked, and then bans one of them, and then you play out the match until one player has won with all 3 of their decks. So if you had Conquest queue, you get a ban, and you get a ban like fluidly, not like shoehorned, like just banning a class on ladder would be. So if you hate specific things, you can like have a counter lineup, or you can just ban that thing outright. So like having that queue available to players who like me would like specific you know, I don't know. You just have a lot more control over your experience that way. Do you agree that standard mode is for those who care about the rating and the wild mode is for those who really want to enjoy the game? No. Are you kidding me? That's two oh my Yoggs, 2 mega low rolls. What are you doing to me? What are you doing to me, oh my Yogg? Why does it have to be this way? My favorite card is Yogg-Saron. I can't imagine a game without a card like that. I love randomness, not a formulaic, obvious sequence. You're talking about original Yogg, right? I'm starting to see why you want Shudderwock nerfed. Only having best of 1 queue to this day is kind of insane, yeah. Yeah, I don't know that I'd go that far, but I do think that, like, Conquest queue has a lot of like really obvious upsides, in my opinion. Sure.
Your wish is my suggestion.
For all its faults, Arena is really good at offering all the modes players want. Yeah, they're almost there for me. If they had a ranked ladder attached to the Brawl mode in Arena, then I would play MTG still. But because you have to play casual to play that mode, I've got no desire to play it. Ranked Brawl would have been cool. Ranked Brawl would be cool. They could still do it. Brawl, for those of you who don't know, Brawl in MTG is Highlander mode. And right now it's casual only. Need Cariel? I agree. Take the draw 2 minions, I guess. I guess I want to keep restoring health, but I was tempted to maybe play Okani there. Midas, please carry me. Do they have a way to deal with a Midas? Okay, so if they're running the Zeph, they could like get the Steely thing and take it. Uh-oh. What's in the ETC? Okay, sick. Let me see if I can't make that Zephyrus not happen. Hey, you can have Okani, that's fine. Get riggedy wrecked, son.
To the arcane bolt. I'm almost out of cards.
I'm almost out of cards. My favorite card could be new Nozdormu, but I've never had a match with my opponent also playing new Nozdormu. You know what I want for that? I want a Nozdormu card back that has that effect attached to it, so that you can always like queue with the possibility of that happening without having to run a stupid 7 mana 8/8 in your deck all the time. Yeah, I think you would actually encounter other people who want to play speed Hearthstone if you did that. Which decks do you prefer? Aggressive, combo, fun, or control? What is fun? Aggressive, combo, fun, or control? What is the fun there? I think I like them all. I think all of them are fun. But if I look back on my favorite decks, it's they tend to be control combo. So like decks that play control mostly, but have a top end exciting finisher. Uther Paladin? This is Chumbo Paladin. This is OTZ's Reno Paladin from the Tempo Storm report. It's like a secret Paladin. It's like good stuff mid-range Paladin. Blorg, blorg. Combo control enjoyer, very based. Thank you. Thank you. But that's like if I had to pick, you know, I like all of them. I don't like all decks, you know, like a lot of things are boring. For example, like Big Priest is control combo, and I don't like that deck at all. And it's not like I don't have anything morally against Big Priest. It's just like all decks where you like live or die by drawing like one card, and then once you've drawn the card, you basically win. It's less interesting. So like Big Priest is one, Celestial Alignment is another one. Like if you don't hit the alignment, you can't do anything. I don't enjoy that deck. Wow, my opponent sure has drawn a lot of trees this turn. Opponent sure has drawn a lot of trees this turn. One card combos aren't really combos in your world. Well, you're comboing Shadow Essence with large minions, and then you're comboing large minion deaths with Resurrect. So like, it's not really strictly combo. I do think Big Priest is more of a control deck than. Okay. Sorry. I think Darkmoon Fair Big Priest, the one that was running like Scrapyard Colossus and Blood of Gahoon, that where you just like set up a bunch of walls in a row. I think that deck is more of a control deck than it is a combo deck. Hey, we got the Forbidden card. You know, like the Neptulon one, that's more a combo deck than a control deck. In fact, that one's just combo. That was not a control deck. That was about comboing. What's the 0 mana card? Love Everlasting, or what is it called? The 0 mana one that like you look at the bottom 3 cards of your deck. Like it was about getting a Neptulon out on turn 2 or 3 by comboing the discounters in Shadow Essence and Neptulon. So like it definitely, like, the archetype isn't strictly one thing or another, but so they have 5 things out, so it's gonna cost 3 if I do this. Unlucky.
The toy store belongs to the Titans.
I was like, why isn't anything happening? So yeah, let's get some of these off the board. I don't trust them. I don't know that it's worth. Is it worth doing this? I guess I'll do it. This has taunt. Illuminate, thank you. Is Kangor core on this build? What does it do? It resummons your mechs that have died this game, up to 3 of them. So like when this dies, it like 2 Ziliacs have died. So you're bringing back 2 Ziliacs when you have this. It's combo technically, yeah, but it doesn't feel like combo to you. I think the Neptulon one felt like combo, but I agree on like the Spagooty ones, the Darkmoon Fair ones. So I don't have any way to shoot my own Barov, right? So we'd just be like hoping. There's a prismatic beam in here, but that alone, so that would, yeah, that doesn't kill enough. So if I did this and this and found prismatic beam, I could clear.
Do try to keep yourselves alive.
Did we get it? Looks like we did. It's pretty cool, actually. It's pretty cool if you ask me. Unless I already used it and didn't remember. Alright, cool. Get those out of here. Get those out of here. See you later, tree. Do I even keep this? This seems like a I'll play it if I draw it type of card. Is the old cards buff happening over? Is the old cards buff happening over? What do you mean?
Choose soon.
Okay. Oh, like, do we think we're going to get another, like, big buffing to older cards? Not that I know of. Not that I know of. Come with me into the Spagooty. It is draw 2 cards, not 2 minions. Choose a friendly minion, summon a copy of it with Spagooty. I guess I'll take none of them. I don't think they matter. Alright, next turn we're gonna do the rat and see if we can't hit ourselves with something. Pound it, I see why. Okay. It was not Alex Rogue, so I'm pleased I didn't rat on 2. Okay. I'm gonna do this, and if they haven't killed us, we win.
Your wish is my suggestion.
Good. I was gonna say, like, do they really have an active Zeph already? With 14 cards left in deck? That would be crazy pants. Why don't you get riggedy wrecked? How about that? How about that? Why don't you just lose to me? How much dust does this deck cost? It costs 3.5 dust in Martian dust. You have to come up with a converter. Sparrow Claw. More like Sparrow Claw, am I right? Makes sense, easy.
I see you've brought guests.
Package tight for treasure trap.
Pirates. I said good day. Where's the daily sub count? It's in our hearts. I'm doing a stream sponsor thing, so I disabled it. I guess I could have had it up for this part of the stream, but I decided against it for reasons nobody knows, but not even me. Sure. I might end up killing something. Yogg, Hidden Wisdom, and Reckoning. It's like 40 chicken nuggets. Yeah, 3.5 Martian Dust is around 40 chicken nuggets. It's true. Thing's huge.
Pirates away!
Get that out of here. Can't tell if I'm pleased or not. It's nice to get rid of that, but I would have rathered maybe the, ooh, next turn? I just do this now, actually, huh? Do try to keep yourselves alive in the grave. You know, that's how it's worked. Both heroes take 1 extra damage from all sources. I guess it's not clear, is it? Well, it's taking extra damage from the source. So yeah, it should do it. It should work that way. Decided that makes sense. Intuitively. You love to see them merp their own things. Not that that was a bad play, it's just that it's nice that they were put in that position. Alright, opponent, are you ready to uninstall? Are you ready? Answer me that. Are you ready to uninstall? Because if you're not, I'm gonna go get Unkiliax and we'll go from there.
It is finished.
Huzzah! Martian, what are these prices? How can a man create deck for 40 chicken nuggets? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Birder, birder, birder. Oh, okay, we're up against a paladin, which means something. What exactly it means is still unknown to me, but we'll figure something out. Deck code, please. The overlay is being weird for you. You know what? No. No, I will never give you this deck code. Just kidding, here you go. But this is just for mini. If anyone else uses it, you should be ashamed of yourself. Why do people play the Olin Finley in this deck? I assume the reason is because it makes your hero power better. But, what do I know? Should I choose Ghoul Frenzy? Just because it's very funny? Or should I choose the strictly better Fire Blast? I guess I'll choose the strictly better Fire Blast. Who's this MartianBuu and why did he paste in my Instagram password and the deck code is an Instagram password, it's perfect. Makes sense. Alright, let the value commence, chat. We're now on a value train. Destination nowhere, because we're gonna get Renathal and like Finley and Miracle Salesman with it. My opponent has Mining Casualties, and it's making me wonder if I should have Mining Casualties. That's a good card. That's a good card. I think it might be better than Hydrologist. See, I told you. I told you. I told all of you, and you didn't believe me. Can't believe you guys. Well, let's get silly with it. Let's get silly with it, chat. Honestly, that's a dope password secret. Your favorite Hearthstone deck code is your password. What if it like, what if the deck code changes when they rework something and then you lose your password forever? Chunky or smooth peanut butter? I used to really like chunky when I was a kid. I think I like smooth more now. But I do like them both still. It's much more mood based for me now. By the holy cringe. Oh, that's interesting. Well, I guess you'll be zeffing this at some point. In the meantime, I'll pressure you with my infinite weapon. Did you forget to put Reno Jackson? Where is he? I don't know. It says he's in my list. But yeah, we haven't seen him one time, right? He's just chilling, you know? Ow! Rude. Give me whatever that is. I'll take it. Oh, I want to give them Renathal. I don't want to give them any of these. I guess I give them Crusader Aura. Disaster. Come with me into the future. Are any of my battle cries worth having twice? Zeph, Theo, etc. Fine.
Remember the fallen.
Okani? You want me to Okani into that? Into that? Oh, like that. I like. Okay, I see. Yeah, it was like answering my battle cry question. All right. Yeah, that might have been. Yeah, it's decent.
Our gift of frost shields us.
2 of each to go from your deck pod, yeah. Do you often play against decks you made? I played against a lot of Cthulhu Druid in Alterac Valley. Played against a lot of Quest Mage in Sunken City. There we go.
Our gift of fire empowers us.
How dare you do that to my poor innocent Ziliax? We are going to resummon Ziliax from the grave to wreak vengeance. I summon you, Unkiliax. Or I could Theotar again. I still have my friend Renathal that I'd like to unload. I wouldn't mind giving up this. Alright, I have a couple things in my hand that are fine. You can take the Reno, already worth it, and they can have Mysterious Challenger. So that's cool. If I was gonna play this, I should have done it first, huh? I'm gonna play this. If they want to sink 8 damage into that, that's fine.
Remember the fallen.
Was the Mech Mage experiment from yesterday a success? Meh. It was alright. What an exciting smorgasbord of minions you have there. It'd be a shame if they fell for a standoff. Could also, I don't know, I'm just gonna do this. It's especially nice because now they don't have anything in their Kangor pool anymore, which I take back. I realized mid-sentence that I stole their Kangor, so like they can't Kangor me anyway. Unless they Theotar it back. Do I prefer chunky or smooth milk? You know, I've been meaning to get more more into chunky milk. Maybe I'll try that next time I want something to accompany my chunky peanut butter. Do I play this? Do I do this? And this? Gets me a Midas. And that's it at this point. Oh, we have Panner in there. We could Panner this turn. Is that better than that? Chunky or smooth orange juice? You know, if chunky, I got Renee. If chunky translates to pulp, then pulp me up. I love pulp orange juice, and Renee hates it, so I never have any. Luckily, not so pulpy orange juice is also good, but it's also, you know, like it's the difference between liking something and loving something. Pulp orange juice is amazing. Chunky or smooth water? If chunky water is bits of ice in it, then usually ice water is better than regular water. Renee's a woman of culture. I think the cultured opinion is chunky orange juice.
No, the fact that it's described as chunky tells you it's wrong.
Yummy. Drinks
should not be chunky.
Orange juice with no pulp is good, but also so disappointing when it could have had pulp. I know, right? I'm right there with you. My opponent is over it. They were like, you stole too much from me and made too many funny Zilliacs. I am out. Hey, Reno. We were just talking about you earlier and how you never showed up. We could take more from them. Shall we? I got Theotar so many times. It's pretty funny. I don't know. They can have this. It might have been lethal if I led with this, right? No, it's not gonna be.
Too full. The victory is
Huzzah! We won versus Paladin. It was never lethal? Don't I have this in my deck? Don't I have Zephyrus in my deck? Wasn't it lethal sometimes? Pretty sure. Crystology into a Midas? Yeah, it seems like lethal. We finally get this when it doesn't matter. Guess I'll take that.
all it takes is love, care, and death.
I'm 7 moves ahead of you.
So in this matchup, Nozdormu is a sick tech card to undo the undo the guff gains that they got. I learned from Raren's collabs with MTG players that if you destroy lands and friendlies, you are cringe. I see. I'm afraid of crafting cards for this deck. They might change Zilliax, make this unplayable, and I would spend 6k dust on nothing. Oh, Hearthstone. You silly goose.
Who am I? Not impressed.
Am I saving Nas for a post guff? Right. That's what I meant.
Stay alert, my children.
What if you had to excavate in your deck and make it a Finley tribal? Then it had to have original Finley too. I hate that that triggers when the thing is already a 1/1. I wonder what secret that is.
Our gift of the arcane enlightens us.
Not impressed.
Stop asking questions.
For the light! For my mother!
For the light, for my mother. Is she getting revenge? Is that what it is? Do we ever get like a play-by-play on that? How much worse will Arthas be once you get the Paladin and Shaman excavate rewards, by the way? That's a good question. I'm not sure. I was wondering about that earlier. Like, I wonder if like the Shaman excavate reward was in there, if it would lower the win rate enough all on its own that you wouldn't even need to nerf it. Interesting that that bug happened. I wish it hadn't. Because like if Arthas gets a nerf it doesn't need just because the excavate rewards weren't correct, I think that'll be a little lame, right? Be at least a little lame. But also I'd kind of rather them just not add the I'd rather them just not add the bad reward, right? Like I'd rather them make Arthas generally worse and keep him fun than add cringe. All right, fine. That's the way you want to play it. I won't stop you.
Our gift of frost shields us.
This and this is gonna be kind of nice, huh? Maybe I should have just gotten 2 of those. I didn't even think about it. All right, that's on me, chat. That's on me. My bad. But adding cringe is so pog. You just get the shaman reward and it turns your deck off, just like the real thing in the real class. Oh man, why haven't we changed that reward? By the way, why is it still the way it is? It stinks so hard. Change it to anything else. In fact, don't even have it be evolve anymore. Change it to an effect that's actually fun.
Looking for a standoff? Careful.
That's my opinion on the excavate reward. Have it do something cool instead of something stupid.
This must be the way.
It stinks because excavate is actually like a really cool mechanic, I think. So like having that be cool in shaman instead of like absolutely stupid. What would I make it? I would make it literally anything else. Let's see. Let's see if I can think of something cool to do with it.
One shot is all I need. Thousand needles. Are you ready to?
What I'm hoping is that I can set up some kind of this Astalor lethal. And if I can't, then I think it's finally time to do this next turn.
After all I've done, the future will not be lost.
You like the idea with spell damage? Like make it so that you get permanent spell damage? Alright, so if I did this, I would have... This is 28 damage, so I have to deal 12 outside of that. This is 6, so it's like 2 off.
One shot is all I need.
It's 2 off, right? Pretty sure. So what if it was 24 damage actually? So I put this in, I get 24 damage from the Astalor, and then I can get 12 from this. It's still off. I get Zephyrus? How does Zephyrus help me here? How does Zephyrus help me lethal here? I don't think it does. Anyways.
In time, all things are possible.
2 damage. This costs 8, and this costs 1, so I have 1 mana left over. I can't even play this. 6 mana deramp, insane. True. We win now, right? Surely. Should I even calculate it? What if I just go for it? I had 1 more damage here. If it comes down to 1, I'm the worst Hearthstone player. If it doesn't come down to 1, I'm the best Hearthstone player. It's gonna come down to 1, isn't it? No, it's not. Thank goodness. I thought it wouldn't, but like, then I was like, oh, I missed a damage. Woo! So I can't always figure out something interesting to talk about for these monologues, in which case I will often turn to my wife and say, what should I talk about? To which I get varied results. In this case, when I asked, she said toppings for hamburgers and hot dogs, and I think I can work with that. So the difference between things I liked when I was a kid and things I like as an adult. As a kid, I actually have very early memories of not liking hot dogs at all, which is crazy to me now. But the evolution of how I like my toppings started with just just ketchup. Then it was ketchup, relish, and onions if they have it. Kind of in my later teens, I got a taste for mustard, and so I started having ketchup and mustard or ketchup mustard relish. And these days, most of the time, I can't be bothered to put anything on a hot dog other than mustard. I will say the one exception is chili and cheese. I think I like chili cheese on my hot dogs more than anything else, in which case I also go with either ketchup or tomato. In fact, now that I think about it, the only time I put an actual tomato on a chili dog is when I go to Tommy's, and Tommy's just kind of puts a tomato on there. And to this day, I'm not sure it actually adds anything to the hot dog, but they do put it there and I do eat it. As far as hamburgers, when I was a kid, pretty much anything would do. I don't really remember ever not liking something on a hamburger, but I didn't really customize it right. When you get a hot dog from a place, you're more likely to customize it, and when you get a hamburger, it's more likely to come with toppings. So it really comes down to what are the options at the fast food, and I did go through a big Western bacon cheeseburger phase. So you know those barbecue onion ring burgers? I used to really like those whenever they were available. Nowadays, I really want to taste the vegetables when I have a hamburger, so if it doesn't have like lettuce and onions and tomato on it, I'm much less likely to like it. And by like it, I think I really mean feel good about it. Because when you get like beef patty with the onion rings and the barbecue sauce and a giant load of cheese, you know, it's pretty much just a giant load of fattiness. Whereas if you get the lettuce and the onion and the tomato, at least you have some kind of vegetation on there. Recently, I found that I like peanut butter and jelly on my hamburgers. I don't know that I like all peanut butter and jelly on my hamburgers, but my parents take us out to a restaurant called the Lazy Dog oftentimes when they come to visit us, and they have a PB&J burger on their menu. And one of the things is, for me, if I ever see something super weird on a menu, I have to try it. So I saw a PB&J burger, knew that I wanted to try it instantly, tried it, and now I love it. So whenever we go there, I always get that because nobody else really sells a PB&J burger.